Hello and welcome back to another DWC review. And this time we're going to be reviewing an aircraft that might be, or manufacturer that might be relatively new to the scene. And that's Legion, which is part of Panzerkampf. And Legion generally do the die-cast budget models. And in this case, it's a brand new release, one I've been really looking forward to getting. And it's one of the blue-nosed bastards of Bodney. And this one being a tiger or shark-mouthed example in olive drab, which is an unusual combination. So let's get into it and have a little look. So as I've touched upon, Legion are relatively new, and these are being stocked now in the UK. I think Tiger Hobbies are being the main sort of supplier for them. But I bought this from the diecast supplier Jumblies. Jamie, who's a member of our page on Facebook, really good lad. And Jumblies, a great little company based up in Norfolk, I believe, Norwich Way. And they're great companies, especially from a UK point of view. They do ship obviously worldwide as well, but one of our go-to suppliers alongside Flying Tigers. So Legion, relatively newcomer. When I say relatively, in the last few years, released a number of different aircraft, including the Spitfire 5, the Focke-Wulf 190, a lovely IL-2 Sturmovik. I'm trying to think, they've had Stukas released, Corsairs. And there might be some more I forgot, so forgive me. P40s as well. And they generally are the Amacom tooling, but with fantastic paint jobs. So they're not the best die-cast, but if you're starting for on a budget, this was 25 quid, and actually it looks really, really good. And we'll get into it in a minute. Pretty standard box, very similar to the old style Oxford box. Not a lot of information on it, just general picture on the back, and just some dribs and drabs, to be honest with you. Nothing much on there. Standard release as such, and a Hobby Master style stand, just with P51 Mustang on it and the Legion branding. So let's get her out and we'll have a little look what she looks like on the stand. Right, so as I already touched upon, it's a budget model. Overall, it's actually pretty good. There is some very light weathering on the actual aircraft itself. It looks like a reverse sort of panel shading as such. So usually modelers who've watched this page will sort of highlight the panels and then put a light coating over the top. It looks like they've done it the opposite round. So they've done the paint finish and then lightened the panels over the top of it. But actually looks quite effective. But what really pleased me, and for those who know I love a rant and a rave, it comes with up undercarriage. Now, the tiny Mustang, which was the Tom Cruise one, didn't come with that. So for me, it felt like an incomplete model, but really, really good. So in terms of other bits that come with it, you get two different types of drop tanks, both of them subtly weathered as well. So you've got the longer style and then the later war style standard drop tanks. Of course, your down undercarriage and down tail wheel, and of course your gear doors. The bits that are included in it are the up undercarriage and the up tail wheel, but also there's a small, I don't know if you can see, there's a small clip there which helps sit the stand, and that just helps it just sort of sit a little bit more flush. I can get that back in. There we go. And the standard sort of stand as well. There's no big deal, no glamour with the stand there, but overall first impressions really, really good. I think the aerial is wrong. It feels like a broomstick that's been shoved on there. That could do with a little bit more finesse, but the overall, the markings are good. Very stiff prop, which seems to be the new way, whether it's Corgi or Legion or whatever. But this feels like a huge improvement on the Corsair, and I say a huge improvement. The bit with the Corsair was the engine itself really let the aircraft down. But overall paint finish looks excellent. Really, really good job. So let's get her on her undercarriage and see what she looks like and how sturdy she is. So here she is, displayed in her down configuration, looking absolutely fearsome with a shark mouth. So a little bit about the aircraft. So it's a P-51B of the 487th Fighter Squadron, 352nd Fighter Group. Of course, one of the blue-nosed bastards of Bodney. And this one was piloted by a pilot called John Bennett, known as Muscles. And he had 134 combat missions, 2 tours of duty, with 1 aerial kill, 2 shared and 3 damaged. And the actual squadron itself had 60,000 combat hours and 519 confirmed aerial victories, what an amazing stat for a US Air Force squadron. So yeah, really happy with this actually. The undercarriage goes in nice and tight. I had a little bit of an issue with the centre gear doors, but overall it's a really nice model. Markings are nice and crisp. Doesn't look like as much sort of weathering on the bottom, but certainly some on the top. Is subtle, but nice. And it's really nice to have an olive drab Mustang with D-Day stripes, because obviously by this time the P-51D was coming into force. And this is in and around D-Day, obviously with the D-Day stripes and the full D-Day fuselage. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. For 25 quid. Really good. I've also got the up undercarriage options here. If I can show you. There we go. And the up tail wheel. Very tricky to get out. So what I would advise is using one of the prongs that come with many Poggy Master models, because there is a little hole in order to get it out, but it's very tight now. And again, I wish manufacturers wouldn't do this. I know they have to leave them in there for painting, but for ease of use, it's so much easier to get the bloody thing out and save us having to try and damage our models. So I've put it on with the later style drop tanks, but I'm really happy with this. I mean, for 25 quid, it's a great starter piece. I will add, just as a caution, that Legion are releasing the P-51D, and I will get one to review, but I'm not looking forward to it. I'll just leave it at that. It's very wrong in a number of ways, which is a real shame, because I think they're making some great progress. You know, the Focke-Wulf 190 is solid. The Spitfire 5 is an old Amacom tooling, not amazing. The prop looks off, but some interesting schemes there, including the EP-120 of the Fighter Collection Duxford, the Canadian Squadron one, which is a real shame. But I hope that this is the future and they're looking to do newer style toolings. But we will get one of these models just to show you sometimes the good, the bad, and the ugly of diecast, because not all manufacturers get it right all the time. You know, Corgi being one of them, Hobby Master being another. Now, even Noel will admit that sometimes the perception's there, but the execution isn't, dependent on your factory as well. So, but really happy with this model. I really would recommend getting it. There is some Chinese ones, which I think Chinese nationalist Mustangs that are released, which I can't see selling very well with this side of the pond, but an interesting scheme nonetheless. I do have two more in the pile to review of the Legion Mustangs, which are quite nice looking. And I will get to them at some point once I've worked my way through my current month's acquisitions. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the review, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you soon.